doing a gum chewing video games pickup here today. I need to shave. It's been like 5 days. I got 2 games here. I was gonna wait. I ordered another game from eBay, but I probably won't get here till Tuesday or probably about Wednesday of next week. So I got one from Amazon, a PS5 game from Amazon, and I went to the retro game store today and grabbed an original Xbox game from there. And I'll start with that one. That is a 007 Nightfire. I had this back when it came out. I had it on the Xbox. I had it once or twice, probably after that as well. It was $9.99, so it was $10.85. Solid copy. It's got the manual. The disc is in solid shape. They buffed it there as well. I guess they see it's a little scratched up, they'll buff it. But this is a cool game. I think I enjoy this one a little more than Agent Under Fire, but I like Agent Under Fire as well. I'm actually going to try to start collecting Bond games. I always go back and forth on this. I've been thinking about this for like close to 10 years probably. I think this is my 9th one though, and I do have another one coming. That's what I ordered on eBay. I won't say which one. And I've been looking at some other ones. I've been looking at, I can't play Quantum of Solace on the 360 because it's not backwards compatible with the Xbox One. Neither is Bloodstone or the GoldenEye Reloaded. I'm pretty sure. I have to look again and see. But I didn't realize they have Quantum of Solace for the PS2, and it's actually in third person. The other versions are all in first person. So I was like, shit, that one's not that expensive. But this is a cool game. This is in first person. I remember playing this. This is the one where I think you end up in space at the end. I gotta say, this generation Xbox PS2 Cube, I won't count the Dreamcast because I'm pretty sure there's no Bond games on the Dreamcast, is probably the best era for Bond games. You had this, Agent Under Fire, From Russia with Love, Everything or Nothing, and Rogue Agent, which would be the weakest, I would think, of the 5. I've not played From Russia with Love. Everything or Nothing is great. This and Agent Under Fire, both great as well. I've played some GoldenEye Rogue Agent. It's alright, but it's more of a kind of blander first-person shooter. This one was cool. This used the likeness of Pierce Brosnan. I don't think his voice was in this. They think he did voice Bond in Everything or Nothing. This was a cool game back then. I think I did actually. Did I do a gameplay of this when I actually had it on the PS2? I think I might have. But yeah, the usual Bond, you're traveling places. There was multiplayer in this, just like Agent Under Fire, I believe, had it too. I think you could actually play against bots as well. But yeah, Nightfire. I was looking for the other ones. I was looking for Quantum Solace in there. They had GoldenEye. I want to get GoldenEye on the Wii. Reload GoldenEye. Well, it was just GoldenEye on the Wii, and then they ported it as Reloaded to the 360 and the PS3. I believe they put it out on the DS. Well, there are some on the DS. Also, Bloodstone's also on the DS. I'm actually interested in playing Bloodstone because I never played it as a game. I kind of was interested even more so back in the day and just never got around to getting it. So if anyone's played Bloodstone on either the 360 or the PS3, let me know how it was. I might pick those games up just if I come across another 360 on the cheap. I can play them, but I'm pretty sure they're not backwards compatible. But I'll have to look again. And then there was like WWE. There was a 007 Legends as well, which came out on PS3, 360, and the Wii U. But that got bashed. That's where you like play levels from different Bond movies, but I'm pretty sure that game got bashed. Not to say I wouldn't pick it up if I could find it cheap. I technically could get it on the Wii U, even though that's not hooked up, and I'd have to pull out a bunch of crap to hook it up. But anyway, Nightfire. Like I said, I might, and when I get the next one and maybe another one, I might do my Bond game collection and talk about it further. Game Boy had one, the Genesis had one with actually, what's his name on the cover? Timothy Dalton was Bond. That came out maybe like 91 or 92. So he would have, License to Kill would have already been out, but it's obviously before GoldenEye. And I know the GBA has Nightfire as well. I think World Is Not Enough might have been on the Game Boy Color, and then you have a couple on the PS1. I was looking at the Bond racing one. I think it's like it's similar to like a Spy Hunter. I think I played some Tomorrow Never Dies on there because I got a garage sale years ago. Interested in that one. I know The World Is Not Enough is on there as well, but I already do have it on the 64, and I know that's the better version. So we'll see. There are other Bond games to get, and they're not. None of them are really overly expensive at all. So, and this game, yes, PS5 game. I have not gotten a game in this series or just in general of this genre, because this series has changed over the years. So, but I have not ever gotten one. I think when it started being called what it is now. And I grabbed this one. I was going to grab the newer one will come out soon, but I was going to grab the latest one. But I still have credit on, or gift card balance on Amazon, and I couldn't get the most recent one because it was like $35. So I was like, no, this one was like 22 or something. And there's a WWE 2K22. I know they took a break for a year because I think the 2K20 was supposed to be awful. Like I said, I have never bought any of the 2K games when it's been 2K. I don't know how long it's been 2K for, since maybe 11 or 12. I had some of the earlier ones. I've talked about that in my Sports Ramble video. But I've not bought a wrestling game in a long time. I got No Mercy, but that came from a garage sale, And I know this brought back the GM mode, which I was interested in. It looked cool. You can do that for like 50 up to 50 weeks, so it's not infinite, which kind of sucks, but it seemed kind of cool. And you only get 2K23, and I might pick that one up still at some point. Like when 2K24 comes out, that one might drop perhaps. Because they added like the Intercontinental Belt and the U.S. Belt as belts you could use in that mode. You can only use, I think, heavyweight championships, whatever the hell they're called now. The Universal title and the whatever. I don't know what they're called. I don't know. I just wanted to get one. I might get bored quickly, but I want to do that GM mode because I remember doing that back in the earlier, like Raw vs. SmackDowns. It was just fun. I like that kind of shit. You can pick your GM and then you draft the people. Either Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I think you can choose whatever brand you want. So I am excited to give this a go. And it reviewed pretty well. They said it was a good bounce back from the 2K20, which was apparently supposed to be awful. I've never played it. I'm always tempted, and this has been like this for a while. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get 2K13, 15, and I just never do because I'm like, I'm going to get bored. This time I was just like, screw it. I'm going to do it, see how it goes. And the roster looks pretty good. I always check the rosters on these games too and look like a solid roster. So, decent amount of legends in there. There was I saw The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bret Hart, Macho Man was there. I think Scott Hall and Razor Ramon, I believe both Diesel, Kevin Nash, or just maybe it was Kevin Nash, Hogan might have a version or two, and a couple of others. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. See how it is. If I'm not into it, yeah, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to play the shit out of it for a couple of weeks and just never touch it again because I'm going to get bored. And I think Rey Mysterio here, I think you do something. I don't know what's called. It's like My GM, My Faction. something else. I think you do. Does it have it on here? Okay, 619, your way to superstardom. So celebrate pivotal moments in Rey Mysterio's career. Okay, so in 2K Showcase. So digital content apparently includes, you get a bunch of Rey Mysterios from different eras of his career. Machine Gun Kelly, the executive soundtrack producer. I believe like Logan Paul and him are DLC characters in this one. I know in 2K23, I think Logan Paul's just on the roster because he's now like there, kind of at least part-time. Oh yeah, you can build a faction in my faction, build a faction that rivals the NWO. So it looks like there's some stuff to do here. Call the Shots is WWE General Manager. And I'm sure there's tons of modes, Royal Rumble and all that other crap, Survivor Series, whatever. And then 900 other pay-per-views they have, right? WrestleMania. I think the GM mode ends at WrestleMania, obviously. And all the other stuff. What were the main four back in the day? SummerSlam was the other one. Those were the four. The four pay-per-views. And then they added, like, In Your House. And then it was like, what do they have? I know they took some from WCW when they bought them back in the day. I think they used some of those names. I don't know if they still do, actually, but it's like No Way Out was one, right? Do they still have that one? Elimination Chamber, right? That's one, right? They had a lot. But I am interested in giving this a play and just, I heard it's a little more user-friendly, too. I know some of these games can be... Actually, I must have... Where would I have played it? Maybe there was one on Game Pass once, because I feel like I played one maybe like, I don't even know, 6-7 years ago, but the controls were I wasn't getting used to them enough. But I feel like I played it once in the controls. I was like, this isn't arcadey enough. But either way, I'd have the GM mode, which I would enjoy, but... Happy to have that, though. Like I said, I will get some mileage out of it, but I might get bored. I'm actually excited, though, about collecting the Bond games. Instead of a couple on my radar. Like I said, Quantum of Solace, From Russia with Love, GoldenEye. I might look at gameplay of the DS ones just to see how they are. If I got the one on the Game Boy and I already have Everything or Nothing, if I want to get the other version of Nightfire on the Game Boy Advance, I can still play those on the screen through the Retron Square. So, we'll see. I might still get those ones for the 360 because I might end up getting a 360 at some point. If I can find one like a garage sale, like $20. I mean, those games are not expensive. In the game store I was in today, Quantum of Solace was like $7 or $8 for the 360, so that's not expensive. I don't think Bloodstone was more than like $15 when I was looking on eBay. What was the other one? GoldenEye Reloaded might be like $20, $25. I don't know. There was another one. Was there a fifth one? It was 007 Legends, GoldenEye Reloaded, Quantum of Solace, and Bloodstone. Was there a fifth one? I don't think there was. But I know GoldenEye Reloaded, or it was just GoldenEye 007 again, got re-released on the Wii, or remastered. It actually would have been a remake straight up. It was not done by Rare, obviously, but... And then they released it on the other systems, because they're probably like, oh, it's selling well. Or it was just an exclusive the whole time, I don't know. But yeah, that's just 2 video game pickups here today. And thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.